Hi guys and welcome back to the channel LL Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up, a short review of the friendly game between Leeds Rhinos and Wakefield Trinity on Boxing Day, played at Headingley. Is Sam Burgess going to accept the offer to join the England squad for 2022 World Cup coaching side? And the Dolphins sign Isaako for 2023. So we begin today with news from the Redcliffe Dolphins. We'll just keep them at the NRL Dolphins as they haven't made a complete decision when it comes to the team name, as they have decided that they've made a third signing for the season. And they have announced that the New Zealand international Jaymayne Isaako from Brisbane has signed on a 3-year deal to the club for their inaugural season. Isaako is one of the first players to cross towns in a switch from an established NRL club in the Broncos to go to the newcomers as well. He will play alongside fellow new signing at the Dolphins with Felice Kafusi and Ray Stone ahead of the season. Isaako has made his debut with the Broncos in 2017 and impressed in the Queensland Cup. He was then able to cement a spot at fullback in Brisbane and won the NRL Rookie of the Year. Since making his debut, he has gone on to play 76 games for the Broncos, scoring 24 tries and kicking 216 goals. He has a successful kick rate of more than 80%. He's also played 5 times for New Zealand during his time, and his only try for New Zealand came in an 12 points to 8 win, but for Great Britain back in 2019. Isaako though has also played 1 game for Samoa. Speaking to NRL.com, Dolphins chief executive Terry Reader said, "Jaymayne is fast, elusive and a point-scoring machine, so we welcome him into our first ever Dolphins squad. We have signed a couple of quality forwards in Felice Kafusi and Ray Stone, so it was encouraging to get an international outside back onto our roster as well. Jaymayne is a great pickup for the Dolphins for our first year, and it means we are already know who will be kicking goals for us in 2023. That's a bold claim to come out straight away from the Dolphins CEO, as he doesn't pick the team, to be fair. It's Wayne Bennett who does that. But at 25-year-old and becoming the latest player to sign for the Dolphins, and they're continuing the preparations ahead of 2023. As well as professional recruits, they have signed a couple of from the amateur ranks as well. As we mentioned, Michael Roberts, Harrison Graham and Valence Teware have signed recently. They also have a new coach in Wayne Bennett, former Brisbane, South Sydney, Canberra, Newcastle, St George, and will take a helm ahead of their first season. So there's a year to go before that happens, and the players have still got a year to play for their current clubs. It'll be an interesting time, and Wayne Bennett will get them for their pre-season, and if they've got all the setup right and everything like that, they could make a fair go at cracking into the playoffs. As I don't think, unless there's some serious uptake from the lower teams, there will be any teams that would have progressed, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, there's still another year and players could sign here, there and everywhere. I'm not making a big claim on this, but Dolphins could sneak up, dare I say, snatch the last playoff spot. Wayne Bennett has announced to lead them around, but he'll be out again for a year, getting a team prepared for 2023. That's 3 signings and 3 juniors. They can put half a team on the pitch. 1 year to go. So, are we going to see Sam Burgess at the Rugby League World Cup in 2022? If Jaymayne and the England coaching staff have their way about it, yes, as he's been offered a position to be in the England World Cup setup after revealing he's been offered a position by Jaymayne to be on the coaching staff. Slammy Sam has played 24 times for England during his illustrious playing career, confirmed an opportunity has presented for him to play a part in the defensive setup ahead of the next year's World Cup. Burgess turned his coaching attention following his retirement from on-field action. Will next year be the coach of the Aurora Valley Axemen in the New South Wales Rugby League's Group 2 competition. He had been previously on the coaching staff at the South Sydney Rabbitohs, the club where he shot to fame thanks to a glittering career, but was stood down in October last year due to allegations surrounding his personal life. But a high-profile England role with England now appears to be on the cards after confirming to AAP that a role has been offered to him as England look to get World Cup glory on their home soil next season. I've got an interest to coach with England, said Burgess. I am good friends with Sean and he's interested in having me around for the end of the year to do some of the defensive stuff. It will be a good start. Being on the England staff would be interesting because it's not a year-long thing. I think I'll learn a lot doing what I'm doing at the moment, but I do have an ambition to get back there. Speaking of the NRL, I just got to take my time, learn my trade, and have some fun. I've got no real path just yet. So like any young coach, his aim is to coach in the NRL. Sometime you have to be in the Premier competition to be a Premier coach. So he's cutting his teeth and he seems happy that he's going to be at the Axemen next year, learning what he does, and then if the possibility to go on and help with England during the World Cup, during the defensive side, that could put him in good stead for the 2023 season. Whether that's with the Axemen or if he gets a job further up the ladder, even if it's Group 1 or at the NRL as an assistant somewhere. He's a good player, but not all good players get to be top coaches. They have to have something special about them and be successful and be very lucky in some cases to get on the front foot. You may even have to step into the UK side before going into NRL, but then that's no sure way to go into the NRL either. It's a dilemma, but I'm sure Sam will be keen and eager to go ahead. He's putting his brand out there as he was part of SAS Australia, the survival show, and won that. And also he needs to put behind him any bad publicity, his turbulent relationships and his own personal dealings have come through. Strong character, he wouldn't have gone to the NRL being a captain of a championship winning side if he didn't have one. We'll have to see what happens with Sam Burgess, but at this time, don't know. Early in his career, but I think on the England side though, inviting him in is a good thing, as it is another quality player from England's World Cups past with real leadership qualities that could push England over the top, do even better. Let's see. So actual rugby league, and we're going to go through a fixture that was played on Boxing Day, which means yesterday, as Leeds Rhinos won an enjoyable fit clash against Wakefield Trinity at Headingley today. defeating their Yorkshire rivals 34 points to 6 in the only game of 3 games that had been scheduled for Boxing Day that actually went ahead. Batley Bulldogs' home game against Dewsbury Rams was called off due to COVID outbreaks in both camps, and Bradford Bulls' game against Halifax was called off due to a waterlogged pitch and also a sleep-filled pitch. With new signings Aidan Caesar, Blake Austin and James Bentley in the starting lineup, a crowd of just under 10,000 were eager to see whether the new boys would combine effectively for a successful campaign in 2022. Although it was 2 established Leeds stars, Ash Hanley and Harry Newman, who stole the headlines with 2 tries each. Wakefield's fielding several players who are yet to make their Super League debuts for the club, included Kobe Poaching, the son of head coach Willie, opened an enthusiastic opening few moments and took the lead through winger Lewis Murphy, who was on hand to pick up a cruise leaving pass that went to ground for a try in on the left corner, which was expertly goaled from the touch by Brad Walker. Leeds quickly replied, however, when Caesar proved too strong for the Leeds Wakefield defence near their own line, while man of the match Richie Myler created a try on the left-hand side for captain Ash Hanley for a try that Caesar unfortunately couldn't convert this time, with Rhinos suffering a blow when James Donaldson was sim-binned for a late tackle just before half-time, with the Rhinos going into the sheds 10-6 up. After the break, Hanley scored his second try, also created by Myler, before Newman was next on the scoreboard, with Caesar adding both conversions. With 15 minutes remaining, Jack Sinfield, the son of Kevin Sinfield, entered the field to replace Caesar and to take over the kicking duty role also, while having a key role in the Rhinos' next try, when he combined with Myler to put Tom Briscoe over the line before adding the goal. Newman then scored his second try 4 minutes remaining, and Sinfield's conversion completed the scoring on a 34 points to 6 scoreline. There were a lot of debuts involved in the game, but both sides played really well. As you see here, the scores were 34 points to 6, not 4, so I apologise for getting that wrong. And the attendance was 9,798. This was only a shakedown early in the pre-season, so Willie Poaching's sides could progress even further. But that can be said about Leeds, who were the convincing winners in this game. They would want to go a couple of steps further into the Super League season this time, after their semi-final show, where they were beaten by St Helens, who were eventually the grand final winners. But those 2 steps further mean Leeds would be grand finalists and winners of the Super League trophy. I don't think they'll do it this time. They might be close to the semi-finals yet again, but a decent season and signs of progression from Rhinos. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, and also click that notification bell for any new videos that will be coming your way. Tell me what your thoughts are of the episode, and if you went down to the Leeds game or even watched it on the Our League app, if you think it was a good run out for both sides and they're at the different stages of their pre-season standing, or is this a true reflection of both sides, those being Leeds and Wakefield? So, potential Dolphin fans, what do you think of your third signing? Is he going to be a success? Is he going to be just another player picking up a paycheck? You tell me. He's an interesting signing, only 25 years old, a goal kicker. Good effort. possibly a good signing for them. And finally, our middle story today, Sam Burgess. Will he be part of that England squad for their coaching side going into the World Cup? I don't know. I think Wayne Bennett would have his own ideas in the coaching staff, but him around as a mentee role, I think that would be more involved. In fact, it'll be tough for him to be jumping up those 2 levels, say, from domestic and lower domestic to international rugby league. Just to have him around might be a lift that the teams need. Anyway, so that's another episode in the bag. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share these videos to get these subscribers going, get more and more of you on board. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to stay safe. All the best, and I'll see you in the next video.